A fierce, long-time rivalry gets renewed tonight with a trip to regionals on the line for the top 2 seeds in the Division II Ashland District, which will see number 1 Shelby square off against second-seeded Bellevue live and free with absolutely no paywalls, streaming straight to your smartphone, TV, or PC. Next. What do you think I should do? Close?
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We deploy our investigators to preserve evidence. We have the courtroom experience to show the insurance companies that we mean business. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt. Contact us at besmartlegal.com.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Back to Arrow Arena for live and free coverage of the Girls Division II District Championship game. Starting lineups being announced right now for Bellevue and Shelby. Let's go ahead and take a look. My name is Brian Skronsky, joined tonight by the one and only Travis Berardi. And man, you want to talk about two teams that have a lot of history, Travis. Former NOL rivals that used to play each and every season, going toe-to-toe tonight with everything on the line. Typically, this is a position that the Lady Red are accustomed to being. They win, go on to regionals just about every single season, but the Lady Whippets feel like this could be their year to knock off their longtime rivals, get a big win here on the road tonight.
Yeah, for Shelby, this is their first district final appearance since 2016, in which they lost to Bellevue 58-53 in overtime. Fourth district appearance in the last 5 years. However, for Bellevue, this has been a steadfast for this team. Since moving to this D2 district in 2014, they have won all but twice, and they've been to the district semis every year here. So, I guess, as Ric Flair would say, to be the man, you got to beat the man. So, woo, let's go.
And here we go, underway from Arrows Arena. It's going to be Lady Whippet basketball to open things up, and right away, Olivia Baker, quick trigger, rimmed out on her, and the rebound out to Marley Roofing.
Yeah, Shelby looking for the early blow. It was a good look, just wasn't able to get it to go. So we'll see Bellevue in their first possession of the game.
And here is their All-Ohioan handing it off. Obviously, you're going to got to keep an eye all night on number 14, Corey Santoro, averaging almost 30 points per game. She had 32 in the semifinal win over Sandusky Perkins. So Coach Lance, you talked to her before the game. They obviously know that they have to key on her, limit her touches, but they can't completely shut her out. They know that.
Yeah, and that was a good game plan. Get her to a corner, trap her, try to let her give it up. They almost got the steal out of it.
Nice drive, tough shot, and it's going to find the bottom. First points are going to belong to Emma Bollinger.
So Bellevue, after the near turnover, gets the first bucket of the game. It's 2-0.
Here's Sydney Seibert on the drive.
It's going to be a jump ball and a turnover. It'll go to Bellevue. You were talking about Corey Santoro. She's averaging 28.1 points per game. That's unheard of in this area, Brian.
Yeah, scoring 32 the other night. She was our player of the game in the win over the Pirates, and I said you really filled it up, and kind of casually was like, it's right about at my average. They need her to do that type of scoring, and she's been doing it consistently throughout her career as Baker turns it over. 2-on-2. Bollinger takes it in. Great defense, like you said, played by Sophia Neese.
Oh, but they turned it over, tried to cherry pick there. Shelby looking a little sloppy here to start.
So the Lady Red with a 2-point cushion. Santoro right down the lane. Gonna head to the free throw line as she took a bump.
Yeah, I think they're gonna call it on Sophia Neese coming from behind. Sophia said she got all ball, but that's a tough play. More likely than not, the ref's gonna call you for getting that.
Santoro, an excellent free throw shooter normally, 88% on the season.
She does get 1 of 2, so it's 3-0 here early on. So Shelby, 3 turnovers already, looking to finally get on the board. What a take.
That's Mary Mayer right down Main Street. She's got the bucket and the Whippets on the board.
And the Lady Whippets, if they want to get the big win tonight, they're going to need more than just their normal scores. Mayer, 3.4 points per game, gets the bucket. She's already halfway there. And on the other end, Shelby forces a turnover. So now they have a chance to, calm down, possibly take the lead on this possession.
Here's Mary again, right down Main Street for the second straight possession.
That's confidence right there, Brian. All it takes is one shot. She took it to the hole, saw that she could have that opening, did the exact same thing. It's 4-3 Whippets.
Vogel off the kick out to Gabby Turner. Fumbled it a bit. Now back to her. Mary stepped in, gave up the body. Forced a tough shot. And now here's Baker. Had it poked away. Olivia looks a little bit shaky here in the early going. So her twin sister looking to pick up the slack. Haley tracks down her own miss. And now Seibert ripped away right out of midair. Beautiful defense by Bollinger. And now Turner in the spin cycle. Get out of the way.
Gabby Turner with the beautiful move underneath. Gives Bellevue the lead back. And, man, only 4 minutes gone by, but this has been as advertised already, Brian.
Both of these teams were vocal about saying they wanted to play each other every single year in the NOL. Of course, they had an opportunity to go toe-to-toe 2 times. Typically, they meet in the tournament as well. This season, COVID played a big role. They had to reschedule, and then we're going to play at the end of the year, and then they had to reschedule again. So they didn't get an opportunity to take the floor against one another until this game tonight.
And last year, the only time they met was at Shelby, and Shelby pulled away with the big victory. Now, one of the Santoro girls was not in that game. That was during that suspension that she had, but still, that was a good Bellevue squad, and Shelby came away with the victory. They wanted to meet again, but a couple upsets really messed that up.
Here's Olivia Baker. Scoop. There it is. She's on the board.
Baker, 36% from the field, but a lot higher when she gets inside right there. Whippets back ahead.
Turner thought about the 3. Now looking to do some work off the bounce. Tough shot. Well defended by Seibert. And Haley Baker elects just to throw it off the defender there. Worked out. Sophia Neese, longtime starter now in her junior season, got a lot of varsity minutes under her belt, and so do a lot of these Lady Whippets out here. These Baker twins, along with Neese, have combined for a ton of victories over the last few seasons.
But they're still looking for that signature tournament victory. Scoop shot missed there.
Now Bellevue, quick trigger, Bollinger from the right side, missed it. And then Santoro, who's actually the smallest player out on the floor, skies up, offensive board.
So Santoro will go back to the line. And that's against Neese, so she's already picked up 2 fouls here. Santoro with another miss. Very rare for her, like you said earlier, but maybe a little bit of the jitters because she's the main Santoro now taking this team over. She misses both.
Wow. 1 for 4 from the line to open up the game. But Bellevue got her back. Her teammate Vogel forces the turnover. Now Bollinger in the paint spins it in.
Bollinger with her first points of the game. She averages close to 10. 7-6.
Baker too strong with the shot. Rebound to Bryn. Pushing the pace back the other way. Looking to take over on her lonesome.
And you're seeing both teams taking it to the hole early on.
So Bryn now at the free throw line. She'll have a couple. First one is pure.
3 points now for her. She's only a 50% free throw shooter, but like I said earlier, you make that first one, you get that confidence. She gets both.
So the Lady Red lead now pushed out to 3. As bodies hitting the floor, and you see the energy level starting to pick up a little bit for Bellevue.
Now Demi Hip with 2 fouls. Shelby trying to push the offense, and Bellevue just getting some hands in there, getting deflections and causing turnovers. Shelby already with 6.
Just under 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Whippet and Bellevue, longtime rivals, former foes in the NOL. Santoro short, but off the tip from Baker. Gonna stay down at this end.
So the outside shooting for both sides. We've seen threes hit by both teams, and they could come in droves, but nobody's been able to hit from beyond the arc yet.
Here's Corey Assessin. Gets cut off there by Seibert. Nice take, left-handed shot. Just a little bit short there from Emma. Leads to a fast break for the Whippets, and we're gonna get a foul on the floor.
So we go against Vogel.
Another look here, Baker pushing the pace. Nice feed ahead to Audie Albert. Now Seibert looking for someone, has to come up top to Olivia Baker.
Both teams still feeling each other out at this moment. I know we've played almost 7 minutes now, but 2 great teams. It's like a game of chess.
Looked like Olivia tried to force the issue right there. Fortunate to maintain possession as they do get the ball back, and now she's going to pull the trigger. Can't drop the bomb from long range. That one just off the target.
Another good look there by Shelby. They get the steal off.
And Albert.
But they're going to call a travel.
Call for the travel. Let's take another look. A lot of people over here on the Shelby side, of course, wanted that N1, Travis, and I think they have a fair argument.
Yeah, both teams not controlling the ball very well yet.
Santoro attacking. I think it got poked away from her. mishandled it, and now Mayer back the other way. Kind of the same exact thing. So a dry spell offensively for each side. Shelby looking to end it right here on this possession.
Gotta get it in.
And they just do to Haley Baker. Gets it to Olivia, who's got the step back, but poked away. I love this defense being played by Bryn Vogel right now. Just fearless against Baker, first team all MOAC performer.
And the only way to get her to stop her from doing that is to draw that second foul on her. She only has one foul right now. She has that fearless defensive take where she can slap at the ball. But if you get that second foul, you start thinking, I can't get that third foul. I might have to back off a little bit.
Haley puts it on the floor, now switches to the left hand. I think that went off of her knee. Actually, the official says no, so Shelby get another opportunity here on the offensive end.
Last couple possessions, Shelby trying to take it in, but it's either been stripped away or deflected out. So maybe we'll see a game plan where we'll start seeing them kick out for three.
Haley, quick first step floater, finds its way through. Haley Baker getting on the board.
And the much needed bucket there for Shelby after the last few possessions, the last few takes to the hole have done nothing for them.
Clean look, Bollinger fires, nothing but net, bottoms up. Now Demi Hip being pressured on the outside by Santoro, gives it up, 2 seconds left. We'll see if they recognize. Instead the Whippets throw it away, and that'll take us to the end of one, where it's the Redmen on top, 12-8.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt.
Welcome back for second quarter action, where right away in the opening seconds we get a three-pointer that's just off target from Bellevue. Leads to a leak out for the Whippets at the other end. Second opportunity won't go either. So the lead maintains 12-8 here for the Redmen. Brian Skronsky, Travis Berardi with you on the call from Arrows Arena. Division II District Championship up for grabs. Redmen looking to get to the regionals, where they have been a mainstay for years and years and years. Upset last year when they had one of the best teams in school history. Knocked out by Sandusky Perkins in the semifinals. Were able to dispatch their conference foes this season. Move on to take on the top-seeded Whippets. And we've got a good one going so far. Off the attack, stripped was Seibert. The inbounds passes have been tough so far for Shelby.
Yeah, but finally Haley Baker able to get it inside the paint and get a bucket for Shelby to cut this lead to 2. You know, the last couple possessions actually have been good for Shelby because the last 4 before that was really all Bellevue, but they answered.
And they answer with Vogel off the drive and the left-handed finish at the 10.
6 points already for her, only 1 point under her average.
And with so much attention being paid to Santoro, other girls are going to have to step up and try to help produce some offense. So far, Vogel getting the job done as Baker splashes one from way downtown. That was darn near from Claremont.
That's NBA. I know the WNBA line's a little bit closer, but that's regular NBA 3.
Floater well short from Santoro. Might have got tipped. So the Whippets starting to feel it, and Baker especially. Took it to the hole, though, misfired. And now Bellevue's got numbers, racing the other way. Santoro step back, looking to do a 3-party of her own, and she capitalizes.
What a way to answer. She now has 4, 17-13 Bellevue. And both offenses starting to get going, Brian.
They're clicking, man, and they're relying on their top athletes to go out there and get it done for them. So far, though, Sophia Neese scoreless. The Baker twins combining for 9 of the 13 as we've got a jump ball.
That'll stay with Shelby. Coach Lance tried to get the timeout called, but couldn't. So, man, I'm happy that we're able to be doing this game tonight, Brian, because, like I said earlier, it has lived up to the hype already.
It's going to be out of bounds over to Bellevue.
Shelby, 9 turnovers already, and it's only a 4-point game.
Uncharacteristic of them for sure with all the ball handlers they have on the perimeter, specifically Sophia Neese and the job that she typically does running the show, gets them into their offense. So far tonight, the flow just hasn't been there yet for the Shelby offense. And Santoro starting to heat
there
up.
For her.
Biggest lead of the game, 7 points, and the turnovers piling up on the Shelby side.
They're rattled right now, and Coach Lance wants a timeout, a 30-second timeout.
So it's a 7-point cushion right now for the Lady Red. As Santoro with back-to-back bombs bursting from long range gets her up to 7 points now in the ball game. And we apologize for our clock cam issues. Fans up here getting a little rowdy and just keeps bumping it out of place. But that's what you expect. Normally this place packed, of course.
Yeah, this is quite the atmosphere usually, but only 96 tickets each.
You gotta be kidding me. Carly Santoro, someone might want to check her for some alien or robot genetics at the half. PDE's on fleek, man.
And that ball deflected out, but my goodness, Brian.
Hardly even human. Can Shelby produce an answer? This the girl that can typically get it going. So far, Olivia Baker has not been able to find her mark just yet. Nice pass. 2 more points added for the Lady Red, and it's Foose this time. Sophia Neese, though, fouled on the drive.
Foul's going to be on Bellevue's Holly Foose. That's her first, team's third to the half. To the line goes Sophie Neese.
Sophie able to make the first free throw. He's having a great senior season, junior season, I should say, as that one spins out for her. Second opportunity, no good either. Saved inbounds by Santoro.
Foul's going to be called on Haley Baker. That's her first, team's fifth. To line, Corey Santoro.
So Corey Santoro, just 1 for 4 from the free throw line so far tonight. Typically a strong suit for her. Pure on this offering. And a chance for one more as Lady Red nearly have Shelby doubled up right now, Travis. And bit of a surprising start, I think, here with Bellevue just coming out, doing everything they want in the second quarter.
Like I said, Shelby, they were kind of rattled there. Turned the ball over already 10 times. That's going to be bumped out of bounds and off of Shelby. So Bellevue just doing anything they want right now.
Santoro going to try another three, and why not? Long range cast away for another three.
That's 4 for her already in the first half. And right there, it's why she averages almost 30 a game.
Mary Mayer able to respond, gets 2 of them back.
Still a 14-point game.
And if Santoro was knocking down shots from outside, it's really going to open up the driving lanes, and you saw it right there for Bryn Vogel.
Man, she took that to the hole with authority.
Mayer chased off the three-point line, gives it up. Baker delivers from downtown.
They needed that shot, Brian.
Desperately. Can they start to slow down Santoro? Not this time. Corey is flat out taking over this game, folks. No answer right now for number 14.
17 points. Already over half of her average, still with 2 minutes left here in the half. Shelby's going to need a couple stops and a couple buckets.
This is a big final $150, I think, for these Lady Whippets. See if they can eat away at some of the deficit as they get a wide open look. And just too strong there from Albert. Bellevue always looking to push the pace. And they're going to get a couple of free throws. Another look on our Adams, Albert, and Curry agency replay. Just a good, clean take all the way to the hole, end to end.
Yeah, and Bellevue continuing to take it in, drawing the defense in, and then allowing Santoro to get those outside shots.
Seibert checks back in. Albert takes a seat. And 0 for 2 on that trip for Vogel. So if you're a Lady Whippet fan, great news, of course, and off the reach-in by Gabby Turner. Still just leaves 2 fouls to give, though, for Bellevue, so not anywhere near being on the free throw line.
And that's only Turner's first. One of those no harm, no foul fouls.
Off the
nice
screen.
Backdoor
yeah,
cut.
Good look. Clean bucket by the Whippets. And Mayer having a nice opening half. She's got 8.
And there's a stop for them. They can cut this to 10 or within 10 points. They would be feeling good about themselves after the run that Bellevue had. Baker will go to the line for 2, so Shelby calming down now. Has to hit these. See if Bellevue goes for the last shot. If they don't, get a stop and possibly get another bucket to get this to under 10 points.
First one rattles home for Haley. Baker 57% from the charity stripe this season. And 50% on that trip.
So will Bellevue hold for the last shot? No, they're going to get a carry. So Shelby, big break there. They now, we'll see if Coach Lance wants to hold for the final shot or possibly go for a 2-for-1.
Well, there's no such thing as that, unfortunately, in the high school level with no shot clock. But I do like it if you can get a clean look, which Mary had right there. I always like holding for the final shot of the quarter if you can, but I understand why Mary elected to go to the 10.
Yeah, if you're going to get an open look like that against this team, you take it. Now Santoro will hold for the final shot here.
We'll see if she can maintain the patience to do that. Looks like she will, as her father, Corey, barking out some orders, tells her to go to work now. Corey draws a double team, splits it.
Runner. Oh.
Halfway home and came out, and that is going to take us to the end of 2. Big second quarter for the Lady Red. They've got a 12-point cushion. We'll step away. We'll be back, have some halftime stats for you guys, give you some analysis, get you ready for quarter number 3 live and free high school hoops. Returns on the OH Report in just a moment.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We deploy our investigators to preserve evidence. We have the courtroom experience to show the insurance companies that we mean business. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt. Contact us at besmartlegal.com.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
No paywalls, just live sports, exclusively on the OH Report. It's halftime here at Aero Arena for the Division II Girls District Championships between Bellevue and Shelby. And after 2 quarters of play, we've got the Lady Red on top, 34-22. Let's go ahead and take a look at those halftime stats for you folks. And there they are, hot shooting, particularly from three-point land for the Lady Red. And in particular, how about Corey Santoro? Those 17 points, knocked down 4 of those triples. She was huge, of course, Travis. And then on the other side for the Whippets, the big number that stands out has to be that 11 in the turnover column.
Yeah, they were rattled for a good quarter and a half. That allowed Bellevue to take over. That allowed Corey Santoro to start heating up from 3. And Shelby finally calmed down towards the end. A missed layup is the difference between a 10-point game right now as well. This looked like it was going to be a runaway for Bellevue, but Shelby has, got it back a little bit, but it's going to be a tough test for them to get back into this game because they're going to have to stop Corey Santoro from getting open and taking open looks. I mean, she almost hit a runner that she didn't have a good open look. She's that good of a player, averaging nearly 30 points a game. But for the Lady Whippets, Sophia Neese, averaging 11.9 points per game. She has 1 point in that first half. There is such balanced scoring on the Shelby Whippets squad that all they have to do is they just have to share the love. They just have to get the ball out, maybe drive it in and kick, get open looks, and stop turning the ball over.
And pregame, you had a chance to talk with head coach Natalie Lance about her thoughts of tonight's game.
And she just said, this is the squad. I like the squad that I have. They had a couple times where COVID shut them down, but they finally were able to get on a roll there at the end of the year after that second COVID shutdown, and able to, make a run to the #1 seed, the tithe for the MOAC championship. And, I got to talk to her before the game, and we have some footage of that.
Santoro as much as we can. A lot goes through her. She's a great player. But I like our team. I feel like we're prepared. I think we're a great matchup tonight. Excited for both of us teams to be here. And I think it comes down to whoever, does their, X's and O's best, I think, is going to come out on top tonight.
It's just been an all-around weird season for everybody. You guys have been shut down due to COVID a couple times. Might have played into a couple of losses, but it seems like you guys are finally clicking at the right time. Is that the case?
I think every practice and every game that we play, we're getting better and better, and that's exactly where we want to be. We're headed the right direction, and like I said, just happy to be playing. This is we haven't been in a district championship for 5-6 years now, and we're where we need to be. We're where we've earned to be. I think in this season, we faced some big challenges this year, and I'm really proud of the way the girls have stuck with it, and they believe in each other, and that's going to come into play tonight. The more they have each other's backs offensively, defensively, the more they work together, the more they have fun, the more they celebrate, the better we're going to do.
All right. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you, Brian.
So there it is. Natalie Lance, like you said, really likes the makeup of her team, but I can't imagine that she was real happy with what they saw over the first couple of quarters as they let that young lady right there wearing number 14 just flat out take over. And she's a gifted player. I mean, make no bones about it. But you got to shut her down.
Yeah, and you got to just continue to not turn the ball over, because if they hadn't turned the ball over early on, they could have built a lead themselves to where this is maybe a 5-6 point game.
I'd like to take a quick moment to thank today's sponsors that allow us to bring you live and free coverage, including Adams, Albert, and Curry Agency, Inc., where commitment means being involved, active in the community, and dedicated to its growth. The Adams, Albert, and Curry Agency is committed to the people of Shelby and has been for over 3 generations. Reinhardt Law Firm, experienced injury attorneys. Get a free evaluation at reinhardtlawfirm.com. Be smart. Get Reinhardt. Tonight's scoreboard presented by Ohio Health. Find out where you can schedule a COVID-19 vaccination at ohiohealth.com. And Travis, we got a couple of shout outs to give to some area schools who won some sectional in district championships today.
Yeah, I was down at East Knox High School for Devil Dog Part 3 as East Knox pulled away for the victory. They were in COVID quarantine until Thursday. They had 2 days of practice before their game, but they pulled out the win. Their first time in 30 years winning a sectional championship. Wow. So congratulations to the Bulldogs down at East Knox in Howard, Ohio. And if a miniature upset happens tonight, they might host a district semifinal next week. So great job for them. Santoro misses, shoves off, but they didn't see it. Gets her own rebound.
And the kick out, the three-pointer finds its way home. Big bucket to open up the third quarter and extend the lead here. It was roofing.
Wow. What a play there. Looked like Shelby was about to get the stop to start the second half. Instead, it turns into 3 for Bellevue.
Seibert off the drive, hands off. And Haley Baker just had to throw it up, defended so well that time by Turner. And here's the 2-on-1, the fake Santoro scoop almost went down. And now a tie up on the floor. Possession arrow gonna head back the other way.
Jump ball, Shelby, basketball.
Santoro is just not afraid to just go at you despite the height differential. She'll do pretty much anything she wants out there.
Well, you saw in that first half that she's a pretty good knockdown three-point shooter when she gets into a rhythm, but her true game is getting out in transition. She is fearless attacking the hoop, gets to the free throw line a ton. I think more than any player that I've covered so far this season. Just relentless. And how about the relentless nature on this possession? Everybody selling out, trying to get the ball. But it's going to be Bellevue who ends up with possession.
And another Shelby turnover. Nice defense there by Sydney Seibert. Knocks it out of bounds. Allows the defense to reset here.
Santoro locked up with Nice. Now here's a 3-ball, back iron this time from Bollinger.
Whippet's going to have to start hitting shots here. I know there's still 6 minutes left in the third quarter and all the fourth quarter, but they got to get some momentum back.
Tough pass into traffic, and it's picked off. Roofing. Shot up from Vogel. Won't go. Rebound to Mayer. Pushing ahead. 2-on-1. Nice look,
pass.
but Baker looked like she got her shot blocked. She's going to go to the free throw line instead.
That'll be the second on Vogel. That was the correct pass. Got the extra look. Vogel able to get back and get the foul to at least force free throws.
Another quick look here before Olivia takes her foul shot, which is good.
9 points for her now, the 78% free throw shooter. Got them both. So back to a 13-point game. You have to think with this Bellevue defense and the offensive squad, rare turnover leads an easy bucket, and that might be the spark that Shelby needs.
Big bucket right there for Sophia Nice. Turning defense into offense, but how about the answer right away? Bollinger with the floater.
Now she has 7 coming up to her average of 9 points per game, and just another unforced error. Should have let that go out of bounds.
Leads to Santoro with probably the easiest 2 she's going to have all night.
14 turnovers for Shelby. Just when it looked like it was an 11-point game, they're starting to get something back. Just really a bad turnover there.
Seibert sends it down.
And they're going to need her to get going. They want to get back in this. Whew.
But the response, it seems like just about every time Shelby delivers a blow, the counter punch is available. How about Emma getting up into double figures now?
Yeah, Bollinger really taking over once Shelby really guards Santoro. And Bellevue just continuing to just roll right now.
Sid with a tough shot over a couple of defenders. Somehow came down into the hands of Nice. She got tied up, jump ball, and we're going to head the other way. Adi Albert gets into the action now for the Lady Whippets.
Saw in our other game right now on the OH report. Offensive rebound put back missed. And a late whistle. It's one of those, if they make it, okay, we'll let it go. But if they miss it, we're going to call it. Fouls. But Buckeye Central leading Seneca East in our other game at the half.
So 2 live and free district championship games going down right now on the OH Report Facebook, along with our YouTube channels. That one on our main YouTube feed. As Turner misses them both.
And the first one's actually a lane violation on her as well. We're going to get a chuck from behind by Turner.
Yeah, you see on the Adams, Albert, and Curry replay, Nice tried to split the gap. No room there.
That'll be her second foul, only the second team foul of the half.
Baker turns inside and gets the friendly roll.
Her first field goal of the second half, back to a 13-point game.
And they need Haley Baker to start coming up with some big buckets, I think. As Seibert able to chase down the rebounds. Here comes Haley. Down the middle. Back-to-back buckets for her.
But the question is Bellevue going to respond? Multiple times tonight we've seen Shelby start to do something and Bellevue hits a big shot. Shelby needs a stop here to get that momentum back.
Oh, how about the offensive rebound? Bollinger just missed it, though, with the follow. Could potentially be a huge miss because Shelby can get it to single figures here. And the reach in.
It's against Vogel. That's her third.
Looked like pretty clean defense, though, on the replay. So tough foul there against Bryn.
But with 2:41 left, Coach Santoro, he could possibly allow her to stay in with the 3 fouls. Just, she can't be as aggressive. She picks up that fourth. You won't see her for at least the end of the third and maybe a couple minutes into the fourth. But a big possession here for the Whippets. Oh, open look, but threw it away. They're saying Bellevue was on the line, though, when she went out, so he'll stay with Shelby. But Mary Mayer was wide open underneath, but the pass kind of dribbled between her legs.
Yeah, it was just a little bit off target with the feed. Otherwise, probably would have been a simple bucket in the lane. As Nice puts one up. No Skittles at the end of that rainbow. And tipped out of bounds over to the Lady Red.
2 good looks there from Shelby, just a little bit off. And we'll see once again if Bellevue has that answer that keeps Shelby from getting to within single digits. And there it is.
Deep position by Molly Foose. Ends with a couple of points for Bellevue.
It's back to a 13-point game with 2 minutes left here in the third.
Baker uncorks one.
Woo! Now we're at that 10-point mark, Brian.
And Shelby right now having the run of play. We'll see if they can continue the run, or will Santoro and company settle things down, push it back out to a dozen or more.
Ooh. Yeah, and Bellevue they're slowing things down. And we're going to get a timeout by Bellevue as Coach Santoro not happy with what he sees right now. Shelby with a little bit of momentum now. They've got it down to 10 points, 1:29 left. You get a stop, you get a bucket. Single digits is what you want when you go into the fourth quarter.
It's all you can ask for, particularly in the situation that Shelby was in, where Bellevue came out pretty hot here to open up the third quarter. But the Lady Whippets, you got to give them a ton of credit. They have settled down. They are right back in the thick of this thing. But you hear coaches say it and analysts all the time, you want to be in a single-digit deficit when you enter that fourth quarter of play, because with no shot clock, it's out of your hands.
It's the worst kind of basketball, but yeah, you're gonna try and hold it. Although sometimes that really plays out of your game, and it allows the other team to come back when you try to go into stall mode. We saw that happen a couple times over the course of the last 2 weeks in tournament play.
Saw it a little bit last night at the Ontario Mansfield Senior Boys game, where a big Warrior lead in the fourth quarter got dwindled down to almost a single possession in the closing seconds because they took their foot off the gas. Surprised we didn't get an over-the-back call there against Molly Foose as Baker took a bump.
So now Shelby with 1:17 left. Plenty of time to run your offense, get a bucket, get this back down to single digits. Bellevue, they've been playing that tenacious defense so far tonight. Just keep that up. They still are in control of this one. Baker gets the friendly roll.
And she's starting to get it going offensively here in the third quarter.
Oh, almost got the turnover, but instead, swish.
Big bucket there for Gabby Turner. Another answer for the Lady Red.
So we saw at the end of the half, Coach Lance not elect to wait to the last shot. Almost hurt them. What are they going to do here?
They're going to put up a deep three and find it from long range. Baker needed her GPS for the hoop to see where it was at from there. Didn't matter. Came through big for her team.
My goodness. Once again, Shelby shuts me up by not taking the last shot, but this time from deep.
16 points now for Olivia Baker.
7-point ball game.
Just 2 points for
in and out.
Santoro here in the third. But how about the hustle? Creating this tie-up.
It's going to stay with the Whippets, though.
It will, but it at least is going to change the possession arrow.
Yeah. I thought, though, Shelby got the last jump ball. No, that was out of bounds. That was an out of bounds. It wasn't a jump ball. That's right.
Yeah, that was the conversation.
Yeah.
Coach Santoro wanting an explanation. And he's not happy with the answer he gets, but sometimes that's life. And
because we thought it was going to be it was going to be a jump ball, but she was on the line for Bellevue. So now Shelby could cut this to a 2-possession game.
Yeah,
3
big
seconds.
spot.
Got to get a shot off.
Haley Baker got to attack. Will she recognize the clock?
Nope. They're going to wave it off. Yeah.
No.
I think that's the right call.
So that's going to take us to the end of 3, but we've got a ball game, folks. Stick around. Money time on the way on the OH Report.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt.
Fourth quarter action on the way, live and free here on the OH Report.
That's how you're supposed to say it. Live and free. You get to emphasize it a little bit more.
I'll start getting it down, and Whippets fans rejoiced. Save that $10 tonight, not stuck behind a paywall. Isn't it nice? Just live sports, no paywalls here on the OH Report. And how about a theft in Nice?
Oh my goodness!
Sophia Nice putting the city on her back and taking it coast to coast. Shelby fans up on their feet here at Arrow Arena.
Count it! 5-point game.
Got so excited I forgot to clock the replay. Sorry about that, folks. But how about Sophia Nice coming through? 3-point play, and it's just a 4-point game.
Oh,
As
almost a walk.
Turner definitely got away with a walk. But it's still out of bounds. Over to Shelby. It's going to be their possession. And the pendulum of momentum certainly has shifted in favor of the top seed.
Mr. Mo on Shelby's side right now. Oh, bad look. And that's going to go back out of bounds. But Shelby, despite that turnover, really right back in this contest. Also, Corey Santoro, only 2 points in the second half. We're going to get a foul against Audie Albert. But foul's really not a factor at all in this game.
Going to be just the first foul on Audie.
Only the second against Shelby. And nobody on the Lady Whippets side with 3 fouls, so they can stay aggressive, but Santoro wide open, in and out.
Bit fortunate for Whippets fans. Second opportunity for Turner, off target as well. And it's going to be Shelby basketball.
So a rare miss by Corey Santoro, wide open as well. That it rolled around the rim and went out.
And she has not been as aggressive here in the second half as we saw in the first couple of quarters when she lit it up for 17 points. As mentioned, limited so far to just a deuce here in this second half.
It was, 15 minutes of real time ago, we thought, wow, Shelby really needs something to get going. Now it's a 4-point game and a chance to cut this to a 1-possession game. This is just the change of momentum.
See if Santoro starts to find her stride, if she knows what's on the line here and has to take over.
She knows she has to take over at some point in this one. She's open again.
Turner's going to try the 3. Not good from the corner pocket. Shelby looking to make it a 1-possession game. Haley Baker all alone.
Too short. Can she get her own rebound? And that's going to be a jump ball. It'll stay with Shelby. The referees are letting them play tonight, Brian. I like that in the district final.
And neither of these teams shy about doing some work down in the paint as there's a good tie-up. Vogel chasing it down, but it's Haley who comes out with the basketball. And Olivia gets bumped.
That'll be the 5th on Bellevue. So only one more foul to give before Shelby's in the bonus. Second on Bollinger.
They set up Seibert for the 3, and she rainbows it home. We have got a 1-point ball game, folks.
Remember when I said this was living up to the hype, Brian? Jeez. Oh, and a turnover. That'll be a jump ball, though. It will stay with Bellevue, but that switches the possession arrow.
Bellevue basketball on the jump ball.
Now it's Bellevue that's in desperate need of a bucket. That's deflected out of bounds.
Stay with the Lady Red. Howard back in the game for the Lady Whippets.
5:08 left. And Brian, you know what? This is feeling like last year's Perkins game. It looked like Shelby had it going on, Bellevue had it going, and then Perkins started coming back, chipping away. Momentum took over, and Bellevue just, collapsed in that one. Can the Lady Red calm themselves down? They're still up 1. Or can Shelby get the lead, and they're going to have a chance at the line?
And look at the stunned face of Santoro. She cannot believe it, as Sophia Neese is heading to the line with an opportunity to fully dig the Whippets out of this hole.
Now, I have to add, Shelby had the same type of game against Willard and couldn't hold on to a late lead. So both these teams are trying to, kill those demons from a year ago.
Neese looking to go 2 for 2. Whippets won't take the lead.
But, Brian, we are tied.
Down the lane, Bollinger lost it. Tipped out. And the runner into traffic is going to put the Lady Red on the line.
2 big offensive rebounds set that up.
Albert picks up the personal. Emma, a couple of free throws coming her way. 78% free throw shooter on the season. No good on the first offering.
Got the second. So back to a 1-point lead. And you know what, Brian? I don't know how, Coach Santoro coaches, but I'm surprised he hasn't called a timeout during this onslaught of points by Shelby as they take the lead.
How about Haley Baker cooking with the salt off the drive to put the Lady Whippets up on top, I believe, for the first time tonight.
Yeah. Santoro thought about it.
And I think she needs to start getting aggressive. Nice feed there.
Woo!
And she serves up.
And there's the
a helper.
timeout.
Huge triple off the feed from Santoro as Bollinger comes through with a much-needed basket.
And honestly, I thought that timeout should have come 2-3 minutes ago when Shelby continued to chip away. Calm your team down, but instead it let Shelby continue with that momentum. He now gets the timeout after the bucket. Hopefully that, calms Shelby down a little bit, or at the same time, that could calm Bellevue down after finally hitting a big shot.
Selfishly, I'm pretty okay with the way that things have played out here, Travis.
As have I. This is great basketball. This is
in line for an awesome finish. And we see all you out there watching on the Facebook and the YouTubes. I think 500 people all tuning in at the same time right now. So
hopefully you're using that extra $10 to get some dinner, have some, nice little beverage on in front of you as you're watching this live and free on the OH Report. Oh!
Baker lost her balance. So Santoro just let it go, and it's out of bounds over to the Lady Red.
And a big chance here for Bellevue to get back to more than that one possession lead. This is bend but not break time for Shelby.
And Bellevue still in such a great position here. Even though the Whippets have come storming back, they've got the lead. Can't add to it as that was too strong from Foos.
It was a good look.
Now Seibert, runner, in and out. Tipped up and rebounded by Brand.
I like both looks. It's just none of them were able to fall.
Santoro with the feed out to Turner. And now Corey left alone.
Oh, in and out again. That's just tough luck right there. Every shot she's taken's looked good. Just sometimes the rim, just very unforgiving.
Santoro in a cold spell here in this second half. Just one field goal.
Under 3 to play. Who's going to regionals?
Thought Baker was going to uncork one, instead tries the lane, and it is nice and friendly to her.
10 points for Olivia Baker in the second half. We're tied again.
Turner bullying her way in, now spins. Thought she might have traveled.
We're going to get a hold.
Take one more look. I like the aggressive nature of Gabby. Backing her way in, using that nice wide frame. Then it looked to me like she took an extra step, but the referee says it's because she got fouled.
Almost a turnover. Instead, it turns into a miss.
We're down to the final 2 minutes, 20 seconds, all square, folks. Who will come up with the clutch plays in crunch time?
Who's heading down to Mansfield, Brian? Sweet 16 on the line.
Can't ask for much more. Bitter rivals meeting for the first time this season. Wanted each other in this game. The top 2 seeds in the district have gone tit for tat, toe to toe all night.
Nice look inside.
Baker with a series of fakes, now puts it up and got her shot blocked.
1:40 left now, Bellevue's chance.
Corey trying to slow things down, and she whips it over to Bogle and back to her up top.
And I think Santoro didn't know until her dad yelled at her, but this 5-second clock started.
Now Corey left alone, chased off the line, and she got fouled.
I like that foul for the fact that she's going to the lane with an open look. It's only the 5th foul by Shelby. Nobody was really in foul trouble as well. And it'll allow Coach Natalie Lance to calm her team down, set up a defense, and it also allows Coach Santoro to set up a play, possibly wait 45 seconds before he do it as well. 1:15 left, tied at 52.
This is what these kids have been playing all season for, to be in a situation where they can go out and win a district championship. Just so much sweeter when you can do it against one of your rivals in a game like this, where we've had a pretty fantastic atmosphere. Less than 200 people here in the building tonight, but it feels like so much more, because you got to give some credit to these fans, man. They bring in the juice.
And Shelby providing that juice with an 11-4 run here in the 4th quarter. But Bellevue with possession.
And a huge possession it is. $1:15 to play with.
Possession. Go ahead.
Best case scenario, you get it to your ball handlers, run a whole bunch of clock, but I don't think Shelby's going to allow them to do that.
And the possession arrow is in Shelby's hands, so if they can get a strip, jump on the ball, hold it for dear life, you're going to get the ball back. Santoro to the hole!
And the Red Sea parts for the Lady Red.
21 for her. Under a minute to go, Bellevue by 2, Shelby ball. Ball knocked out of bounds, it'll stay with Shelby. 46.1 left. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. Next foul against Bellevue puts Shelby on the line for a 1-and-1.
Seibert to trigger.
And Natalie Lance is going to get a timeout. That was almost a 5-second call. So 45.6. Can Shelby answer?
That's the question. We've seen the Redmen come up with that counterpunch basically all night long. Now, the opportunity is in Shelby's hands. And what can they do with 45.5 seconds out of this break?
And you have 3 hot hands on the Whippets side. You have Haley Baker, who scored 8 points in the second half. Olivia Baker with 10 points in the second half. And Sydney Seibert with 2 huge threes. Can she have a third in her to take the lead? Who knows? What is Natalie Lance writing up? I know you know her pretty well, Brian, but what do you think this is going to happen here when they get the ball inbounded?
They have such an array of playmakers that you can really leave it open. I think that you get it out on the perimeter. You probably try to get it into the hands of Olivia Baker, have her shake and bake, and if nothing's there, that's why you have all these other great players around you that you can deliver to, see if they can come through in the clutch. Instead, they go to Haley in the lane. Wow, what a play by Emma Bollinger to tie it up.
And there's that jump ball. It will stay with Shelby, but they've used up that possession now. Next tie-up will go to Bellevue, so they have to be careful with the ball now. The right look, and once again, just a little too far underneath through the legs. That's the second time we've seen that happen for Shelby in the second half.
Seibert gets it in. Off the kick out, Mayer.
For
Sets
the lead.
it up for Baker, back iron.
Oh, deflected out. And a timeout before the foul for Bellevue. That was going to be the 6th foul against Shelby. But instead, Coach Santoro calls the timeout, and they'll have to inbound.
And I got to tell you, there's so many people commenting on the Facebook. I got to read some of these real quick, Travis. And how about Kelly Smith giving us a shout-out? Hey, best broadcast that she's seen the entire season. Thank you so much. Brenda Olive watching all the way from Oklahoma. Cheers for us always. And a cheers to you, Brenda, for being a top fan of ours all the way out there.
Oklahoma.
Becky Stacklin, we are Shelby.
Clap,
Dora
clap,
Brown
clap, clap.
says, let's go Whippets. A comment just came in, let's go Big Red. So Tom trying to trump her. And on it goes. What a game, says Angela. Great comeback, says Mike. Bellevue falling apart. Why no timeout, says Vernon. Well, they just took one here. And then Tom says he is tuning in from South Carolina. So glad that we could bring you this live and free coverage all the way down to the wire. And some big free throws.
There's the foul to give.
Could be coming up here for Bellevue. Certainly you don't want to put Santoro on the line, even though she's not had a great free throw shooting performance here in this one.
Yeah, you got to keep it out of her hands, which they are unable to do. Can she get it across? And there's the foul, so she'll go to the line. Still 28.8 seconds left. You're going to extend this game right now.
And I always agree with that line of thinking. You don't want to exhaust too much time off of the clock going for that steal off the trap. Go ahead, put them on the line, put the pressure on the senior guard, see if she has it in her to knock down some big free throws. She will. First one is good, so the second on the way. Corey Santoro looking to lead her team back to regionals where they've been so many times before. Timeout Bellevue. Now they've got a 2-possession advantage.
It's still 28.8. Shelby can run the floor, get a kick for a 3, get an early layup. Back to the same situation. You foul real quick. They can still get, this is where I can say they can get the 2 for 1 because on the inbound they'll probably go for the foul. You get a quick enough bucket, you can extend this game still.
At this point, you're absolutely right. It needs to become a free throw shooting contest if you're Shelby, and you just have to hope that you can get it into anybody's hands but Santoro when you deliver that foul, and just wish for some misses. But first, got to go get a bucket here, Travis. Huge possession here for the Lady Whippets, and we'll see who they trust most to try to handle and make a play.
2 timeouts for Coach Lance, only 1 for Coach Santoro. So Shelby, they can get that bucket quick. You're going to get the timeout, allow you to set up your full court press, try and get the steal. If not, you get the foul, and then you can do the same thing over if they hit both free throws because you still have that 1 timeout left.
The winner will face Napoleon. They beat Bryan.
Napoleon, that team sounds familiar.
And that's a wild shot, a lot of contact, but not able to create a whistle is Sophia Neese.
Coach Lance not happy with the no call.
She is giving the official a flat-out earful. And it just didn't look like Sophie sold it enough. Sometimes you got to whip that ponytail, you know, really throw that head back and let them know, hey, there was some contacts here.
Bollinger now with the 1-and-1. Got to make this first one. And she can't.
So the window still cracked here for the Whippets. Down to 15 seconds. They need a quick one. It's Seibert. No. And the rebound is secured by Gabby Turner.
Could have made that. She would have made that. Would have been big, but now 2 free throws will ice it up for Bellevue.
Gabby Turner on the line to shoot 1 and the bonus.
Gabby Turner, a 54% free throw shooter. Got the first.
Huge free throw right there.
Ice.
Baker can't thread the needle on the shot. Haley battling, and that is gonna do it, folks. The Bellevue Redmen are heading to the Mansfield Regional as district champions yet again. And what a ball game we had here. Clutch performance down the stretch by Santoro, Turner and company, as they will cut down the nets here at Arrows Arena. And a gutsy performance by the Whippets to come all the way back and make this thing interesting after they were down by nearly 20 points in the third.
Great game. As advertised, you thought at the half, beginning of the third quarter, Bellevue was just going to, take over, but Shelby fights back, and congratulations to Santoro. Over 2,000 points now. That's crazy.
Very few players in the history of the state have accomplished that. Her sister, who just graduated last year, Casey, a 2,000-point scorer. She's now playing at Kent State. Their eldest sister playing at Ohio State now. Had a brother, too, was an excellent football player. Believe he played at the next level, too. So this bloodlines, man, these Santoros, just a very talented family.
Yeah. Who's next from the Santoros? They have anybody left there?
I think for the rest of the area that you can sleep a little bit easier knowing that this is the last of the bunch.
Tom, thanks for the 795 stars. No need for donations, guys, but, I appreciate your appreciation. As the Lady Whippets getting their district runner-up medals. Great season by them. You just got to think of how good of a team this could have been had they have not been in the quarantine. COVID's really messed up a lot of things this year for teams, but you just got to think if they had a full season, what this team could have accomplished.
There's been very few teams that we've covered and that I'm really aware of that didn't get put in quarantine at least once. So it's been an issue that everybody's had to deal with. You've had to battle through it. So Shelby certainly is not an exception to the rule.
Oh, I understand.
Bellevue as well had to go into quarantine at the end of the year, is why they didn't get to play the Whippets.
Yeah,
but
you have
you're
to say
right.
with both sides. I mean, you had a Grandview Heights boys squad, 5th in their district. They couldn't even play. So they're immediately out of the tournament when they're a team that always goes to a regional final. So, not making that as an excuse for Shelby. They had what it takes to play. They had what it takes to win tonight, but Corey Santoro is a special player. That whole Santoro family at Bloodline, they're special players, and she was able to make just one extra play and one more play than Shelby to pull it off. And now they're going to go up against a tough Napoleon team that last year had state ripped from them as they were approaching, they were in the Schottenstein Center ready to play. So look for another barn burner in Mansfield next week.
And we will be there with live and free coverage, no doubt about it. You will find us over at Pete Henry Gym for regional action next week. So if you're looking to continue on with the Lady Reds journey, we are going to have it for you. Got you covered. And we got to start deciding here who the player of the game should be. Obviously, Santoro had a heck of a night. I really like what we saw from Emma Bollinger as well. Those two would probably be my top selections.
Yeah, although I would – Santoro did get 2,000 points, over 2,000 points, great. But Bollinger, when Shelby shut Santoro down in that second half, it was Bollinger that hit 2 big threes, had another layup early on that really, kept them from really falling away after Shelby put on that 9-0 run. So yeah, I think Bollinger by a little bit, but if you pick Santoro, that's quite the player of the game candidate as well.
And there is the district championship trophy being handed over to Gabby Turner and company as they will now receive their medals.
6 out of 8 years, Bellevue has won a district championship out of the 8 years that they've been in this district. And I know this district's jumped around from Willard to Gallion to here in Ashland, but it's quite the dynasty that Bellevue has built when it comes to tournament play here in North Central Ohio.
This is a team that has been synonymous with success for well over a decade, and give a lot of credit to Coach Corey Santoro for keeping it going. And it certainly helps that he's had this bloodline of daughters coming through the program that are all incredibly talented. Great moment right there as Corey and Corey share a hug. She's going to be playing at the next level in Pennsylvania, Division II level next season. Just incredible to see the continued run and success, and it'll be interesting to see if it continues once all these Santoros are gone.
Yeah, Coach Santoro has the pieces, but every year he's had that one big playmaker that, can really take them to the next level. And, can this be the year? Can this be the year that Bellevue finally breaks through and gets to, I think it's Dayton, where not Columbus here, but Dayton. Can this be the year that they can finally break through that regional? Because they've won these district championships, but they just haven't been able to get over the hump in regionals. They have the players, though, this year to do that.
For all their success, I don't believe that they have been to state. Could this be the year? We'll find out. For now, we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we are going to have an interview with our player of the game, brought to you by Adams, Albert, and Curry. So stay tuned, find out who that is. And we'll also finish up with our final stats of the night. Keep it locked and loaded. Post-game coverage will roll along live and free on the OH Report.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We deploy our investigators to preserve evidence. We have the courtroom experience to show the insurance companies that we mean business. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt. Contact us at besmartlegal.com.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
No paywalls, just live sports, exclusively on the OH Report. Here we are back at Arrows Arena where Bellevue has just cut down the nets. They are district champions yet again. As Travis Berardi is awaiting for them to do a couple of group pictures here, and then we will have co-players of the game tonight. Emma Bollinger and Corey Santoro will both join us for some post-game interviews. Just a fantastic battle that we had here tonight. Shelby looked like they might be left dead in the water. They came storming all the way back, took the lead in the fourth quarter before Bellevue made the plays down the stretch, the necessary plays to earn a district championship. For Shelby, another incredible year for them. MOAC champions, I believe, for the third straight year. 18 wins, making their first district final appearance since 2016 when they lost to Bellevue in overtime. This time they didn't need an extra session. But for Coach Natalie Lance, boy, they've had such a great run. Fourth district appearance in the last 5 seasons. See a bit of an emotional time over on the sideline for Shelby and their fans. The Baker twins fought so hard tonight. Olivia, team high 18 points. Haley right behind her with a baker's dozen. So 31 combined for the two Bakers. And it appears that we now have Travis Berardi. He is standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, Travis.
Down here on the court with our co-players of the game. First, Emma Bollinger, 14 points, but 8 big ones in the second half. Your players of the game brought to you by Adams, Albert, and Curry Agency. You know, Corey really took over in the first half. Shelby really stopped her in the second half, and it seemed like you took over. What was your mindset in that second half when you saw that Corey really wasn't getting any looks?
I just knew I needed to score because we knew that going into that game we had to be tough. We had to be tough the whole entire game and go out in the second half with the same energy we did in the first. And I don't think Corey was that low, but we just knew we had to be tough going into it and not change a thing.
Shelby, you guys had the big lead at the half. Shelby had a bit of a comeback there, you know, took the lead, but what was the mindset? It seemed like you guys stayed composed, retook the lead, and pulled away.
Yeah, I don't think we were worried. We knew we had to control the ball and just keep the ball in our hands and not turn the ball over. I wasn't worried at all. I knew that having the ball in me, Brennan, Corey's hands, everything would be good.
Finally, you guys get Napoleon in a regional semifinal back at Mansfield Senior High School. Thoughts on playing in another regional?
I'm excited. It'll be good to be back. We scrimmaged them earlier in the year, so it'll be a good game.
All right, thank you very much. You can go grab Corey for me. We'll have her in a moment, Brian, but apologies also for the fan that stepped in front, but, you know, this is live streaming, so you'll get what you get. As we get Corey here in a second, she's getting interviews with everybody as well. I mean, 2,000-point scorer, Brian. She's really popular right now.
Yeah, it's a special season for Corey Santoro and averaging almost 30 points per game. So I imagine she's got a lot of fans out here in the building that want to catch up with her. 23 big points tonight for Corey. And here she comes now with the net draped around her.
Just a second. Big game.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you to please begin to make your way out of.
All right, we're back with our co-player of the game now, Corey Santoro, down on the court with Travis Berardi.
Back here on the court with Corey Santoro, 23 points tonight, over 2,000 for her career. Just that bloodline of Santoros. Everybody's scoring 2,000 points, but first, congratulations. Take me through the game. You pretty much could do anything you wanted in that first half, but then Shelby really keyed on you in the second half, but your teammates really picked up the slack, and you guys are able to get the victory.
First half, we came out hot. I mean, we wanted it, and we were all like ready for the game, super focused, and then we were shooting the ball, and then they came out in zone, so then my teammates picked it up. They were hitting everything, and so this worked.
4 years at Bellevue, 3 district championships, not too bad for your resume, but you get to go back to a regional. You're going to play Napoleon next week at Mansfield Senior. Just thoughts on possibly finally getting over the hump and possibly getting to Dayton in a couple of weeks.
I'm pretty excited because every year we've lost at regional, so I think we have a good chance this year, so it'll be interesting.
Back to this game, big first half for you. You have the nice lead going midway through the third, but then Shelby makes the run. You guys kept composed, though. They took the lead, but you guys got it right back. You made that run to finish things, making free throws late. But what was the mindset when Shelby was making that run right here and on the bench with your coach?
Just to stay calm, because we know every great team has runs, so we knew we were going to go on our run, they were going to go on theirs. It's basketball, it happens, so we just kept composed and kept cool.
And finally, over 2,000 points. It's a big deal when people score 1,000, but 2,000 points, just like your sister did too. Just what's your thoughts on eclipsing that milestone?
I'm excited. I worked really hard for it, and I think it's cool because all my sisters and I got it, so I think it's a pretty cool accomplishment.
Well, you got to cut down the nets for a third time in 4 years, so go celebrate with your team, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
Send it back up to you, Brian.
All right, thank you, Travis. We're going to go ahead and take one last time out. We'll be back, wrap things up with final stats, and get you out of here from Arrow Arena.
Who's got your case? Be smart. Get Reinhardt. If you get hurt, we get you back in the game. We deploy our investigators to preserve evidence. We have the courtroom experience to show the insurance companies that we mean business. We know that getting the job done is what matters. Be smart. Get Reinhardt. Contact us at besmartlegal.com.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
No paywalls, just live sports, exclusively on the OH Report. Final stats on the way here from this district championship game. Bellevue a 58-52 winner over the Shelby Whippets, and there is the tale of the tape. What do you see there, Travis?
It's just Bellevue was just able to make a couple more shots from the free throw line. So we're having some little difficulty with our statistics.
Let me see if I can reload these one more time for you folks.
But anyway, I was going to say 8 threes for Bellevue, 6 threes for Shelby. There's your difference. Bellevue came out hot, especially Santoro, hitting 4 threes in the game, but then Bollinger, 2 threes in the second half. He had a 3 by roughing as well. Olivia Baker tried to bring him back in the second half along with Sydney Seibert. 4 threes by Shelby in the second half, but you know what? Bellevue just able to hit a couple extra shots late, and they hit their free throws down the stretch, and that's what the difference was.
Yeah, they made the clutch plays when they needed to, and I think that overall is going to be how I'm going to remember this game the most, aside from the Shelby comeback, which was spectacular. But when Bellevue really needed the answer, they pretty much found a way to deliver that counter punch all night long, and then in crunch time, when the money was on the line, they snatched up that paper off the table, made the big plays down the stretch. Travis, impressive stuff. And how about Corey Santoro going over $2,000 for her career? That's a ton of points, man. Like, she scores 30 per game this year. She's been over 20 the last couple of years. I mean, it takes a lot to go over 2,000.
And with only 1 field goal in the whole second half, where do they go with the game on the line? Under a minute left, they go to Santoro. She gets a layup, puts them up 2. Shelby just misses out on the go-ahead 3. Santoro gets fouled, hits 2 free throws, puts them up 4, and that's your ball game.
And what a game it was here tonight, folks. Shelby and Bellevue, longtime rivals, deciding a trip to the round of regionals where the Lady Red will continue on their journey, their quest for a state championship next week at Mansfield Senior. Want to thank our amazing staff for helping you bring this game live and free tonight. Mason Neese was down on the floor, a Shelby senior, a little bit bummed that, you know, his cousin Sophia wasn't able to cut down the nets, but did an awesome job of delivering some camera work for us. Nick Jacobs was up top, bringing you all the camera shots that you needed to see. I was directing tonight, running the switcher board, doing a little bit of play-by-play. Travis, tracking your stats, bringing you the commentary, down on the floor, getting you some interviews. So we do a little bit of everything here at the OH Reports. But that's going to do it here for tonight from this district championship. Tons more tournament coverage will be on the way next week, so keep it locked and loaded on the OH Report. Your home for live and free. Never any paywalls necessary.
See ya.
So long for now.